First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this is your brother Dewaba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got MD Creekmore pulled up. And he pulled out some information. You know, I was sitting up here listening to, as you see the video is only 3 minutes and 52 seconds. But it's the information that he pulled out, and I think brothers will find this quite interesting. He found the documents that the elites tried to hide. And I'm just going to read this part of it. A couple of years ago, I stumbled upon a document that might intrigue many of you. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. It's shrouded in mystery, believed to be connected to the Bilderberg Group 1954 meeting found in an old IBM copier in 1986. Its origins and authenticity remain debated. But whatever the case may be, they found this document. It's 45 pages. It's called Silent Weapons for a Quiet War. Now, I'm going to read some of this, bros, and this shit is wild. But like I said before, if you want to download this, go to MD Creekmore, go to this particular Documents of the Elite, Try to Hide. And if you look in his description box, you'll find that you can download the PDF. It's 45 pages. With that being said, I'm going to sit up here and go into these pages real quick. I'm finna go down to, I think it's 37. I'm going to read some of this for you. Now, this is Silent Weapons of War. Table of Strategies. Now, I'm going to read this. Keep the public ignorant. Maintain access to control points for feedback. Create preoccupations. Attack the family unit. Give less cash and more credit and doles. Attack the privacy of the church. Social conformity, minimize the tax protests, stabilize the content, tighten control on variables, establish boundary conditions, proper timing, maximize control, collapse of currency. Now this is their table of contents. Now I'm finna go down. Well, you know what? I want to read something with the family. Give me a second. Here it is, enforcement. As in every social approach, stability is achieved only by understanding and accounting for human nature. A failure to do so can be, and usually is, disastrous. As in any human social schemes, one form or another, or of intimidation or incentive, is essential to success of the draft. Physical principles of action and reaction must be applied to both internal and external subsystems. To secure the draft, individuals' brainwashing programming in both the family unit and the peer group must be engaged and brought under control. So they wrote a whole table of contents on how they want to sit up here and gain control of the population, put everybody in order. Guess what? The first person they was going to deal with is the father. The man of the household must be housebroken to ensure that Junior will grow up with the right social training and attitudes. The advertising media, etc. are engaged to see to it that father-to-be is pussy whipped before or by the time he is married. He is taught that he is either to conform to social knots cut out for him, or his sex life will be hobbled and his tender companionship will be zero. He is made to see that women demand security more than logical, principle, or honorable behavior. By the time his son must go to war, father will be jelly for a backbone, will slam a gun into Junior's hand before father will risk the censure of his peers or make a hypocrite of himself by crossing the investment he has in his own personal opinion or self-esteem. Junior will go to war or his father will be embarrassed. So Junior will go to war, the true purpose notwithstanding. So pretty much they sit up here and said they're going to make the father a pussy. And look what they did with the so-called black man. Look what they did with him in the household. You know, they put the woman above him. You know, made him basically worthless to the household, took him out of the household, and guess what it's done to the kids? Made them just totally fucked up in the head, where the men are feminine, emotional, you know. Now, like he sit up here and said, he doesn't know if this document is a real document or not, but come on. They put things out in plain sight. People just don't read. And I just really want to read that. I'm gonna read part of the mother. Let me read this. The female element of human society is ruled by emotions first and logic second. In the battle between logic and imagination, imagination always wins. Fantasy prevails. Maternal instinct dominates so that the child comes first and the future comes second. A woman with a newborn baby is too starry-eyed to see a wealthy man's cannon father or a cheap source of slave labor. A woman must, however, be conditioned to accept the transition to reality when it comes or sooner. As transitions become more difficult to manage, the family unit must be carefully disintegrated, and state-controlled public education and state-operated child care centers must become more common and legally enforced so as to begin the detachment of the child from the mother and the father at an early age. Inoculation of behavioral drugs, Ritalin, can speed the transition for the child. Mandatory caution. A woman's impulsive anger can override her fear. An irate woman's power must never be underestimated. Her power over her pussy whip husband must likewise never be underestimated. It got the women vote in 1920. So man, they literally laid out a plan for this. Really is a plan for Jake. But guess what? All they plans have backfired and turned on them. Esau's plan has just blown up in his face like an Acme kit. Like with the Road Runner and the Coyote, Wile E. Coyote. Like every time he used that Acme kit, it blows up in his face. Well, Esau's plan, yeah, it worked for a moment, now it blew up in his face. But all this is due to the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But this document is one heck of a document, brothers, if y'all read it. I mean, it's too much for me to read. I just want to let y'all know some of the table contents and some of the stuff it's saying, because it's spot on when it comes to the family unit. These motherfuckers devils, man, they they do a great search, which leads me to go right into the scripture. They do a great search, man. They do a great search. These motherfucking devils, goddamn bastards. But here, this is Psalm 64 and 1. To the chief musicians, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrections of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Now, this is a psalm of David, a song of David. He's praying to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, to keep him from the wicked, to keep him from these motherfucking demonic-ass devils, these worthless motherfuckers, man, who the only thing they do is trying to search any way they can. And David was talking about the wicked back then that was around him, and we're talking about the Edomites along with the 2/3 and the heathen like that are around us. But especially these Edomites, they come up with all sorts of bullshit ass plans to sit up here and fuck over you so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans. And look at this paper. They said this paper was made in 1954 by the Bilderberg Group, but they discovered it in 1986. These motherfuckers, everything that's written in that goddamn, in that 45-page article, or whatever you want to call it, is what they do. Straight secret. That is straight, the secret counsel of the wicked. That paper, and who they shoot at the perfect. Who's that? Well, right now it's the elect, because 2/3 of people over and the rebels around the world right now are acting like they father the devil, going after the lust. But this is Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And they did a diligent search. Look at everything they wrote in that paper. And it's way more than that. I just read some of it. Like I said, I recommend brothers to go to that guy's page and literally download and read, and read a lot of that document. Read some of it. That is a lot of information in there, especially once you get down to like the pages of 30 on down. You get to a lot more of the meat, where you actually get to a lot of their plans, where they really, really putting out their plans, But hey, I just thought that was interesting. Hey, that was something that I looked at and was like, damn. These These motherfuckers truly are wicked as hell, you know. But with that, hey, I find that I thought that would be quite interesting. Like I said before to bros, I sit up here and say if you get a chance to download that, go to like I said, it's MD Creekmore. I'm gonna go back to him. It's MD Creekmore. Yeah, Salakia. It's always
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the
MD Creekmore. The document the elites tried to hide, and then like I said before, if you go to his page, you can sit up here and find the MD. You can download it. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Babal. Shalom.